Hey, good morning, chat. Morning, everybody. Morning, good morning. So we got the US bank holiday today, but still expecting there to be volume. Right now we do have quite a bit of volume, like prices shot up here. We caught these buys. Asia session accumulated massive distribution from the Asia session right over here. Boom, boom, boom. Little accumulation here. Then small one right here, reversal pattern, and yeah, I think that's about it. That's about it. Very simple analysis. Man, one thing about me is I'm not going to overcomplicate trading. I am never trying to overcomplicate trading. Let's see, let's go on stream here. Now we are accumulating. We got like a support right here. We got another support here. This range is about like, 26 pips. Small little accumulation in there as well. I think it's starting to break out. It's probably in a little distribution right now. Got some resistance points by 33.44. See what the daily's doing. Yeah, we got a pretty big dump there for the NFP. The NFP yesterday. NFP yesterday came down quite heavy. I think we ended up getting good numbers. I mean, let's see what happened. Yeah, we end up getting good numbers here. So the previous was 144. We expected bad numbers. We expected a forecast to 111k and we got 147. So we got good numbers over here for the dollar, and then we saw gold drop. Remember what I said, chat? Like literally anything can happen. We're expecting bad numbers for dollar, meaning gold should go up, but you see what happened instead? Instead, we got good numbers and gold went down. So pure gambling, in my opinion. Morning, sleepyhead. I'm hearing a post-snap voice. Yes. Yeah, this Friday, I decided to sleep a little bit longer. So that actually played out in my favor because I was able to catch this move. I think if I came onto the charts when I usually do, I'd have caught a sell instead. There's a small sell here. So yeah. Oh wow. The market's a bit volatile today, guys. This is nuts. Like really big pushes. I'm sure I was not expecting to have such not necessarily, at least not to have such crazy volume like this. This is a London Open. Wow, this is US bank holiday, and there's a swing entry model that's playing out. Little swing entry model over here. Don't know if anybody caught it. Beautiful. Oh my days, that was quick. I just caught it. Oh, nice. Yeah, that would have been a very... Oh, damn. In and out. Too quick to catch for you. Let's see. All right. Yeah, this is a fast one. Holy. It's like, why did all the good swing entry setups come towards the end of the week here today? I mean, this week. I feel like on Monday... That little break even, quite annoying. Should have probably gotten on the shorts, the ones that came in next. Then Tuesday and Wednesday were just complete fake outs. I completely lost interest. And then now Thursday, Friday has just been like pretty nice. Wow, look at this. Man, swing entry models came in heavy. To be fair, Monday could have been decent. Tuesday, Wednesday a bit sketchy. Thursday, Friday bangers. Oh, Lee. See that on the 1 minute. That's a fakie. I guess technically didn't break the highs on that one by 33.43. Still respected the highs of the accumulation and rather broke the lows. Fair enough. How big is this stop gonna be here? About like 17, 18 pips. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful accumulation distribution. This candlestick here on the 5 is like 53 pips. Going down all the way. Yeah, now it's now we got like a small support here. We got another support down over here. This range is much bigger. This whole range here is like about 100 pips. You got some slippies? Was the sleepy bad? I don't think it was that bad. I thought I saw it gradually coming down. Could be wrong. Just seen the drop. Did you get it? Yeah, I think someone did. Ricardo, let's see. What do you say? Good morning. Don't know if I'll be able to trade the London. I just want to wish you all a good weekend. Thank you, Ricardo. Did you feel the market? I thought you might have gone after that message. Then you felt the drop. You got some chills. Like, ooh, something's happening here. 33. Well, at least this candle should close first. I checked MT5 on mobile. Oh, it was gone. It would be nice to get at least like well, the hourly is now moved. It could still keep pushing. Like if you even compare the type of volume we're getting here today, look at this. This hourly could easily push and correct some of this move, even potentially down to like 33.30. This is like a little market fade setup. It's actually quite a nice market fade entry over here because price really moved up. You got the little fakie above here, support, break of support to come down to fill up this range. It's actually a really nice fakie market fade. Heading on down towards that a 30-minute support. That was pretty nice. I hope next week's gonna be simple and straightforward like this. Straightforward setups for London Open. Daily has no bottom wick. Daily has bottom wick, at least on my end. Just got a gap here on the 5-minute open on my broker. Oh man, so much volume today. So much volume on Freaky Friday, guys. I wish markets were always like this. Wouldn't it be amazing if markets were always like this? If they just kept pushing? Problem is, majority of the time they're not. That's why you really need this patience. Majority of the time you're gonna see stuff like this on GJ. Yeah, these breakouts are beautiful. Hey, boys, see, got Brian in the chat. Tall Trader, Frankie, Noni, Jomari, Warren in here, Vikran, Ricardo, Luke. Morning, guys. American people didn't sleep today to trade on the London. Yes. That's true. Because it's we're under the impression that the US bank holiday here is going to create low volume. 4th of July. Yeah, people are just also resting, you know. End of the week here, Fridays. But it's hard to resist. Most people would end up breaking that rule for not trading on a bank holiday like this. If they see other people trading or if they see volume. Which I think, you know, it's good because if you're seeing that the market is moving, then why limit yourself with old textbook learnings? That's like it's a textbook learning, but I mean it's good rule of thumb, you know. If you lose on a bank holiday, of course, like you're gonna play the victim a bit more. But at the end of the day, it's just like one trade out of at least for me potentially 25-30 trades in a month. So it's not a big deal. Tariq, good morning. But also you got a bit mad because like traders don't really have public holidays. So, you know, that's the only time we can use that as a reason to take a break. And if you don't use that as a reason to take a break, then you're just going to be trading all the time. 20 like Monday to Friday throughout the whole year. Adnan, good morning, Vic bro. Every morning I come in first to check in before the gold chart. Is the trade you already took? Could you please explain today's setup? It was just an accumulation breakout. You should watch my previous videos. You should watch. I'm starting to put like a little bit more effort in these videos. So I think I'm just gonna see how it evolves, and we'll just take it from there. But there's just new uploads. I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent with them. You know, the problem I have is like people come onto stream and they ask me all these questions, but like they don't even bother doing like a little bit more due diligence. You know, like we have the trade setups there. We got on Discord as well. We all don't even leave comments on the videos. So for me, it's like it's a bit weird. Like, why are you asking questions? Why are you waiting 24 hours to ask me a question on stream, which I'm not gonna answer? Like, we have the videos, you have the setups on Discord, but nobody asks questions on those videos. But I'm still going to be making them nonetheless. You know, I still think people still watch and learn from them. They just maybe don't leave any feedback. So, yeah, I think it should be good. It should be good. I'm looking to maybe try and catch another move during the pre-NY time, hopefully. There's some weird shadow banning going on, I think. I left a few comments on your shorts, but they didn't show up for anyone except you. Yeah, I feel like there's something weird. I've also noticed that. Wait, Luke, you did? What video? I tried it out on a separate account. And I could see the comments. I could see the comment. The first one. Wait, which one? Is it the order flow trading or live day trading under 30 minutes? I don't see it there. Literally don't see it. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's the one I saw as well. There was nothing there. I just changed one setting though right now. Yeah, that's a strange thing. Look at it. There's nothing here on my end. Oh. Thanks for sending me that image. YouTube gremlins don't like you, Vic. Exactly. Something so weird, so strange is happening here on my channel. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna figure it out later. Prices create a new lower low. What? Yeah, I definitely don't see those. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Created like a small support, little retracement below here. Looks like yeah, basically let's wait and see what happens. Go on the 15 minutes bearish. Obviously all time frames are going to be bearish here at this point, especially with the hourly being bearish. It does look like it wants to retrace this move. Look at this massive dump here. Could have caught this if you were executing 10 seconds before. I should have pushed like 374 pips. Bet you a lot of people made some good money here from the NFP yesterday. But it was weird because the sentiment said like it should have moved up, so that was a bit of like a fake out. Massive fake out. Probably a lot more people are looking for buys. It's also came down like this. Maybe bearish continuation from what we saw yesterday. So this is the dump, accumulation, small little retracement upwards. Possible bearish continuation from the numbers. Bro, do you think I should close my buy trade now? I don't know why you're in a buy trade. Why did you take a buy? Price is still coming down. You haven't even created any kind of structure here. Like, look at this. Price came straight down. It's created one support. This is not a reason to take a buy. So, yes. probably you should close your buy trade. That's what I think. You know, you never take a trade without doing some sort of like analysis that you're confident in that analysis. You know, if you take a buy here, I don't know where you took a buy. But are you comfortable with such a trade like this? Maybe the better idea would be if price re-breaks these highs, then you could have a better opportunity to catch a buy. Because then you could be trading with the fake out situation over here. Like that, you get something of the sorts happen, and then price can continue to move up. And then that becomes a little fake out below that support. That would be a better case scenario. We have more room to go down? Yes. Yeah, we got more room to go down. We got more room to go down. Hey chat, could you do me a favor? Could somebody go on this video and leave a comment? Because I want to see if the comments are getting hidden by YouTube for some reason. Just send the link in the description. Just gotta figure this out. Is bank holiday better for retail traders? Is bank holiday better? Not necessarily better. I mean, it's a bank holiday, so you would expect like volatility on bank holidays such as this, I suppose. A bit of volatility, maybe low volume. Got a bit of a shotgun entry over here. Candlestick broke below support. Just needs to re-break these lows. You see, like gold is a pretty interesting position now, because the only way you can increase your probability is if sell below here or buy above there. At least it increases the probability a bit more. All right, Ruben, you left one. All right, thank you. Let me see. Yeah, weird. Still don't see it. What the hell? Remember those fake spam accounts that commented on your videos about crypto? You think it has something to do with that? Yeah, possibly. Possibly, yeah. But I definitely don't see anything. You see, on my end, I can't see nothing. Yeah, that's really weird. I'm just removing some of this moderation settings. Loving the popcorn. You see, it's weird. You can't also see any comments, Luke. I don't know. I think I gotta talk to YouTube after this. Today's market B shortened. Everyone, thanks for sending in that image as well. Gonna build a case. Second trade of today. First one was a W, but no more. Ooh, nice. The third trade, it didn't went down, but like I was waiting, but not as clear a move as I wanted after all the accumulation. Oh yeah, that's the one that I was talking about. That's the one that I was talking about here. That sell. See, like, price is a bit indecisive now. It's barcoding. It's got the highs here. You got the lows here. I think more of a bullish continuation. Those buys actually seem quite interesting. Because so far the day is up 0.43%. Why is the daily still up 0.43%? It's got some SMAs here as well. I got the 50, got the 8, still holding the candlesticks. What do you think of the buy if it breaks these highs? Yeah, I think if you get like a solid break above this region, it could give a potential move. But you'd want a solid break, either above here or below here. Especially that it's coming down like that now. Because it could, if it's gonna rip down, it would just probably rip down from this point. It wouldn't come back to re-break the highs. Are you gonna plan to trade BTC/USD? I think it can be traded more technical, better than gold. No. I don't think so. I think gold is the best. Honestly, if you're gonna, if there's any currency that I would choose to trade, definitely always gold. See how big this area here is. Looking at around, what's this, like 30 pips? It's got to get through those SMAs as well. Trading below the SMAs. Actually consolidating on the 30-minute SMAs. Yeah, if it breaks the volume, that's just going to look like a fake out to the downside. Because price typically doesn't behave like that when it wants to move down. It wouldn't typically behave in that way. Like break, create new lower low, consolidate, barcode, and then start breaking above these highs. See, GJ is not doing much. Although GJ has like really nice range on it. Crazy move on GJ this was. This was what? This was the New York session yesterday. New York session yesterday. That's what it's trying to correct. So you got your support here. You got another support. Trying to fill this area up. It's doing it slowly but surely since the Asia open right here. Overall, we're down like 0.26%. Little accumulation over here. I think once it breaks below this area on GJ, I'd actually be expecting a little bit more of a stronger push. Because it's a pretty nice area here. You can see the wicks just somewhat rejecting this 197, 190 level. See it break below it, start pushing down. GJ is trying to make its way up here towards resistance 33.43 area. It looks like a 1 minute console buy. Yes. Hey, Content Hunter, good morning. Let's see how much of this range has been filled. Heading over to like that 65% mark. One hour is about to close. The way it looks like it's the 1 hour they did a little liquidity grab. Because it's pulling up quite aggressively here. Long bottom wick. Oh, nice. It's filled up this range. Yes, close above that SMA will push the buys, I guess. We'll miss that one. I mean, it was only option. It was only other option besides this. If you're just looking to execute on the swing entry models, that would technically, this would only be the valid ones. That sell, and then we got a buy over here too. Because you see, like, price didn't break these lows. So there was no... Or rather, wait, it came down, broke below the support. Yeah, I guess you'd have a 1 win here, 1 drawdown here, and 1 win here again. Yeah, because this range was also a pretty good option as price was breaking below here to come down towards 33.26. Then it started reversing. But that first sell was pretty nice though. There it broke above this key area of resistance, break above, and then started consolidating within this area to break down below. That was really nice because it's basically mirroring what happened over here. This is the same thing, like price broke below here, you know, consolidate a bit, and then started to break back above. So actually pretty much the same concept this is. Boom, boom, came down. It's kind of doing it over and over again. It's also technically speaking 1 here. 1 here, and then price moved up again. Oh, you hesitated but wanted a better entry, but it didn't pull back much. That's the thing, like the market is not going to give opportunities like that, especially if it, let's say if it wants to move in that direction. If it really did, it's not always so generous. Just execute wherever you get it. Because it can keep moving longer. Like even let's say if you wanted a better entry by like 4 pips, if you're still in the trade, it could still keep moving longer. You know, then you're going to look back at it and say, oh man, it didn't even matter that my entry was a bit later. Because you could still see price do this. Is this the most American thing ever or what? So Trump says he plans to host UFC fight at the White House to celebrate 250 years of independence. That is, yeah, that is the most American GTA thing ever. Probably gonna have Conor McGregor there. I think I've seen Conor McGregor once at the White House. Trump stated Dana White would organize the full UFC fight on the South Lawn, expecting 2,000 to 25,000 attendees as part of the commemorative events. Wow, that's something, all right. I mean, it's not completely unusual, you know. There was a time that when Obama was president, they had Justin Bieber come on. I think probably the South Lawn as well. They held like a small little concert there for the Biebs. So yeah, but this is interesting. UFC fight. I mean, I get a concert, I get music, but this is sick. Tetra, do you really like to trade on Fridays? For me personally, I don't really trade on Friday if the setup isn't really quality. Yeah, I don't mind trading on Fridays. I don't mind trading on Fridays. You know, as long as the setups are there. Like, literally, today was one of the best trades. Like, this was the best moving setup this whole week. And it came on Friday when we have a US bank holiday. That sell over there. Like, literally 0 drawdown on that position and just completely melted. So it makes you think, you know, you're going to see that happen over and over again. And then you're going to look at that and really think about the rules that you set for yourself and if it makes sense. Well, there's one thing I noticed, like in trading, the most dangerous thing is to not execute. I've realized, like, there's a certain way that the market operates whereby you're gonna have these days where you hesitate to execute are the days that have the best trades. You know, that you just need, every time you execute, you just don't hesitate. That's what the market loves, and you get away with a lot more better trades than when you do hesitate. Because the problem with the hesitation, you miss a lot of moves, and then the market gives you the one which is easier to catch, but it's not necessarily the best trade. You gotta have a conviction of 100%. You know, when you do take a trade, you have to be 100% convinced that your analysis is correct. Because look, if somebody took a buy here, remember someone said they took a buy, like why would you take a buy here? It still played out for you. I don't know where your stop losses were, but you were already second guessing yourself. You're like, oh man, you know, like, should I take this? Should I close my trade? It's not a good position to be in. If you take a buy, it's part of your rules. Let it play out. If it's not part of your rules and you're second guessing yourself, then definitely close it. Because you shouldn't be involved in the market when you don't know why you took a position. You can easily be scared out of your trades. Yeah, nice. So we've come up here onto 33.43. Little kiss of death over there in the 8. I think that's, yeah, that's about the 8 SMA. Still holding up the candle. This is like really ranging here. Got resistance above, you got support below. It's something I've noticed quite a lot with the London Opens. We've been seeing ourselves in these types of like rangy sideways movements of late. So we got like a bounce here, a little accumulation, break. Yeah, just complete range. I guess the key points will be support that we've created down here by 33.37 and then resistance. Kind of like get a better intuition of what the daily could be doing on the daily time frame, because the daily could still re-break above these highs, could also still break those lows. I think that's going to set the tone for the rest of the day for Freaky Friday, because look, we've already been moving bullish. We're up 0.50% on the daily, so we could just continue distributing to the upside. Correct. But at the same time, just keeping in mind the non-farm payroll dump yesterday. So if we do break below these lows, we might just see a continuation, and that was a retracement. That was a retracement for the NFP dump to continue moving down. So definitely the tone for the day has not yet been set. I wouldn't marry a bias necessarily, but just know we're just moving sideways right now. Yeah, the move from yesterday here has been corrected. Majority of the move has already been corrected. So it's like kind of that 65% mark from where that resistance was formed. But majority of the move has been corrected. With the Asia push. Now we just got the Asia highs. Yesterday's move could be a fake out. Did I capture the fall yesterday? No, I captured the buys before the fall. This is the move that I traded here. That retracement upwards, and then the NFP came out later on at 8:30. This still has some time for some swings. That was the one I caught. Dun, 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 dun. This is also not a no trade zone because this ranges are so nice. Look at this. It's moving up. It's creating opportunity for sells, potential sells. Just the way it moved up here, create opportunity for potential sells. It's going to do the same. New hourly is about to open. 5 more minutes. Why does this thing look like it wants to skyrocket? It's typically what price does before it skyrockets upwards. Leaves like a huge bottom wick. It's like the same thing like this. See this massive bottom wick that was formed before price started to skyrocket up. Also one here, I suppose. You got this one. Really long one. Reflipped and then shot up again. Twice. But it still needs to break above 33.45. It's got that nice little SMA confluence in there too. Bro, price is not coming down. Bro, it's going back to be bullish. We got a market maker in the chat. Yes. I can't dictate where price is gonna go. Just let it happen and execute when your setup comes. Just take it, and that's all. Don't dictate where price is gonna go. It doesn't have to go up. Sometimes also such things can create like a false, like an illusion that it wants to go up. So you gotta be careful about this. If you go on the daily, for example, where was that area? Remember that example we gave a while ago? Was it the daily? Was it the 4 hour? I could have sworn that was a daily move. Or probably like an hourly. Damn, I can't remember. But anyway, if you see a situation like this, sometimes what it can do is it's gonna flip up, close like a small bullish doji with a long bottom wick like this, but then it's like losing steam or stamina, and then you have something like that happen. Then you get that hourly wick fill, and then it just completely dumps. Then that becomes like a false. It could become like a false move. So just something to keep in mind. Do you think so? It comes down to the confirmations now that you get, whether it's a confirmed buy or confirmed sell. You can use as confluence for the real move. How do y'all OP1 if taken trade? Do you think gold will move down in the 5 minute with the 4 hour open? The 4 hour still has like so much range to the upside. You still have a lot of room to move up. My 4 hour candle is closing in the next 2 hours here. But I don't see a reason why that price should come down on the 4 hour, because we got clean range here. You don't have any sort of like a resistance points. I believe price would retrace till 33.40 on the next hourly candle before it goes up. Oh, 33.40. Got 40 seconds. Look at the way this candlestick here is about to close. I would not be surprised if it doesn't give any entry confirmation for buys. This thing could really dump. It's all about waiting for the entry confirmation. That's going to dictate what sort of a candle this is going to be. Whether that's a liquidity grab to pop upwards or whether it's going to be coming down heavy. Because it did, technically speaking, create a new lower low. It still hasn't created new higher highs. So if you just look at structure from this perspective, you know, we still have that resistance up here. See, Auli's about to close 1 second. Yeah, that's a real suspect candle. Just due to how small the candlestick body is here. I swear if gold decides to hit ATH this month, I'll cry. Been waiting all year and this is the only month I'm super busy. Why don't you swing it then? Take a swing approach to the market. Maybe put a stop loss somewhere where you're not expecting price to come down. Or ATH. Key level of support. You have the next FOMC in 26 days. Most likely they're gonna keep the rates the same. But yeah, I guess that's how you do it if you're too busy to trade. Or, you know, but as prices going up to all-time highs, it's a gradual process. You know, it's probably just gonna be like, it's still gonna give you opportunities, and you'll notice it climbing upwards. Like, you'll notice certain times, you know, price is gonna be climbing upwards, and then you're gonna keep in tabs with the fundamentals. And maybe, you know, one night before bed, you know, you're thinking maybe for the Asia session, I'll do like a swing entry, put a big enough stop loss because fundamentals are lining up, structures lining up. As you start getting closer towards these ends, see what's happening with the economy. Gives you a pretty good hint about the 2500 mark. Now you can also cross-reference that with futures as well. See where the futures is currently at, because futures tends to hit all-time highs before gold. If you look at 30-minute, there was an accumulation distribution buy that was now reached 65% of the clean range. This might be confidence for a sell soon. Yeah, down here, this was the Asia, right? Yeah, this is... Oh, well, since yesterday, I suppose. Yeah, exactly. You had the push downwards, and then now it's moving upwards, filling this area over here. And that's the range. Yeah, we did see it hit 65%. Like, it's already filled more than that, even if you take the whole thing. Usually those type of fake outs don't really break these highs. Like, if it's gonna roll over, you'll tend to respect about these highs and then start flipping. So this could still be the hourly top wick, hourly highs before hourly lows. Little wick fill situation. Potentially, if it doesn't break these highs. My super duper amazing strategy I call peep and creep. Needs me to execute just as it breaks the ATH. The peep and creeper. I'm fully out the 133.48 level. And if it breaks these highs, probably targeting like 5-minute resistance points. This is definitely a higher time frame play though, actually, because that ranges from yesterday's NFP. I got a suspicion this thing does not want to break the highs to move up, because majority of that range has been filled. That's what I'm suspecting. It's gonna create some structure here and bounce back towards the lows. Maybe even take out these lows to keep coming down. I see a lot more opportunity for sells, let me rather say, than I do for the buys. Because, you know, got like some fresh analysis here, or price action on the left-hand side. That it would actually be incredible to get like a sell here with an opportunity to fill this range and then potentially fill this range down towards that support. So it does look a lot more appetizing than any breaks above here. I feel like we just need a lot of volume to do that. And yeah, the ranges on the left-hand side, I don't trade these higher time frame ranges, especially when they're almost basically filled up. So it could be a beautiful sort of like continuation play from yesterday's NFP. Rather, that's where I see the best opportunity. It can still move up, but that's why I see the best opportunity is for that situation. I got something like this. Dump, console, retrace, and then dump again. Damn gold, don't play me like that. As soon as I close, they dump it. But there's a pretty strong sellers and buyers within this general region. You can see with this pop upwards here and this sell off here. CSM is showing a weak gold, a weak dollar today. I'm thinking, as I've had one trade and now missed one trade today, that I should play it safe and sit back and not trade for the rest of the day. Yes, yeah, I think so. You got one trade and you're missing other trades. You played safe. Right, the good thing is, I think this is the one that you caught, right? You caught this sell. You said you wish you held it. Because this was like, that's kind of the same sort of idea as well. That would have been a really freaking nice move. If this, because you know, once it started breaking below here, theoretically, it could have just kept running down. It could have kept running down. So you're looking at this. Okay, that's my first range. And this would be my second range over here. To leave a runner for Freaky Friday. But it also should feel good that it didn't actually run. You know, instead it came back up like this. You're most likely taking... Your runner would have been at break even. But it would have been a really awesome chance. Maybe it's still coming down. Because, you know, the market sometimes doesn't like paying people off that easily. So it's like, okay, you know what? Probably like people got in here. Let me just come back up here, retest these areas, and then have the real move. So we've seen that happen multiple times before. So this could actually be the retracement to have the real move. Again, down towards breaking below these lows to keep pushing bearish. We've seen the market do that. I might re-enter. because it's taken out the highs. So if you think about it, it just took out these highs right over here. Look at that, taking out these highs. Now it's starting to push back again. So definitely got some sellers here, probably been taken out. See, hourly should be reflipping down again. Create an hourly highs. It's doing that little wick fill scenario. It's a really nice confidence. We caught a trade like this. So remember, this was a trade that we caught. I think it was in the hourly that we saw that analysis. But this was a trade that we caught, like, I think it was either last week or the week before last week, like 2 weeks ago. That move was a runner. Remember, chat, like that move was a bumper clap move. And then we also had the daily had no bottom wick. When the daily had no bottom wick, and then prices completely melted. So it's giving me a similar vibe here, pretty much. I guess the only thing missing is that the daily does have a bottom wick on this scenario here. It was something like this. The daily was so up, and then a reflip came all the way down. With that little hourly exhaustion on bullish closure like this. This could be just be a large 1 minute play with the liquidity. That's getting quite hesitation over here. Quite a bit of hesitation, but it would be better if the candle here closes bullish. So that way, if it re-breaks the lows, at least you can be a little bit more certain that it wants to move down. If it creates a support like this, because then it will try and move up. But instead, if it moves down, probably going to have a situation like that happen. But the market looks pretty good right now. Don't know about the US session, how that's going to be. I have moved my sell above the support at 33.45. Above the resistance. I still feel it's too early. We need to re-break. I would say we need to re-break the support. Essentially, that would be creating new lower lows. It's a bit early. Because technically, we also did create a new higher high. I mean, it's consolidating now. It's just moving sideways. So I would say, like, based off that, definitely it make more sense if we're at the top of the consolidation, that price can come back and retest the bottom of the consolidation. But I still want to be a little bit more cautious here. Because it did create a new higher high over here, although it is still in a consolidation. This could just be a support to move up. So it would be much better to break these lows. We got about like 1 minute, 20 seconds. But this is not how you actually trade, guys. Like, you can't be on the charts taking one trade after the other trade after the other trade. Because, you know, we're just calling them out. We had one here. There was one here that failed. There's one here that worked. But you cannot trade like that. That's like, you're doing too much work. It's not sustainable. After first got found not guilty, the market celebrating with this freakiness. It's one of the nicest ranges I've seen all week. As far as the London session, sideways movements have been. Pretty decent stop loss there, about like 30 pips. Nice 30 pip range. Man, but the market is giving ASF. See how this candle's about to close? Looks like it's closing. Oh, how are we gonna close? Don't you dare flip bearish. Oh, what a shitty close. What a shitty close. On my broker, it closed actually bullish. I think this more of a 1 minute as the SMAs are not in confluence for a sell. The SMAs don't have to be in confluence. Those are lagging indicators. It's just like if it's a confluence, then it looks good. It looks better. Yeah, we got an inverse. Inverse head and shoulders here on the 1 minute. On the 15. Potentially on the 15. Especially if you see volume start to come in. Because we can't yet speculate that that's one. Until the push comes in. Then it's gonna confirm it a bit more. Well, I guess you can anticipate it. But yeah, once we get a solid push, that's gonna confirm the idea that price can move up. Have finally GJ moved from the consolidation high? Yeah, it's breaking below. This is the area we're talking about here. That it's quite a nice little like even. There's an even wicks. Like they got some even wicks below here, and there's like a really nice range on the higher time frame on the left hand side there. So for me, it just makes sense GJ moves down. I mean, it's been moving down the whole time, so you have a better chance at getting in some sells than getting in some buys on GJ. Because look at this, you can see it's clearly moving down. Moving down and it's trying to fill up this range from the New York session yesterday. That's what I said with GJ. And Goldie is still consolidating here. Now it's deciding what to do next. Got about a minute 30 for this candle here to close. How to use fixed range volume profile? No idea. Now I understand why you call this Freaky Friday. Yes. Look at the weekly here as well. We got like 12 hours, 26 minutes. And the weekly is kind of creating... I think for me, it looks more of like a fake out. Below here. Below this zone. And that's why I think that's also a reason we've been seeing a lot of this bullish momentum this week. Like I feel like this whole daily has just been... I don't know. Oh wait, no. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, just from the weekly. Just from the weekly fake out situation here. I've been seeing this kind of bullish momentum on the daily. So this was on Monday, Tuesday. Because you know how fake outs work. Usually a fake out would just be candlesticks just going straight in one direction like this. Aiming for highs. Looks like we just took out the first highs here on pretty much like this was Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, we only had one bearish daily candlestick this whole week. Every candle's been bullish. See, like the 5 minute here is still pulling up. So Freaky Friday, you know, maybe we don't come down and fill this range. Maybe Freaky Friday pops above these areas and starts moving upwards. Although it doesn't look very appetizing to me for price to move upwards right now. But you got this little inverted, potential inverted head and shoulders. But we got to see if it breaks above these highs. See that hourly? Because the hourly is not doing a wick fill. The hourly reflipped now. So it looks good because if it still breaks these lows, we can expect a further wick fill. But look at the way the hourly is behaving. It's created hourly lows. It's reflipping. It's reflipping. So I think if it flips back bearish and breaks these lows, like volume should really come in for this previous wick fill. It's a very interesting. This is a very delicate area over here. Very delicate area that gold is in. If it wants to catch those buys. Sells look a little bit more straightforward. But the buys, we gotta wait and see. Especially because you're at the top of the range as well. Something to just keep in mind. Market's moving sideways. So you're just basically at the top of that range. So it's a very delicate situation for the buys. Hey, good morning, Vic. Market is trapping us. I lost again. Don't lose, guys. Be smart. Uninstall broker apps today. Yeah, don't ruin it, guys. Don't ruin it. Stop ruining it. Get those apps which lock you out, eh? You got those apps that's like, okay, time for me to be disciplined now. You're gonna lock yourself out. Man, this is so annoying. I can't see these comments, but thanks for sending it in. I need to talk to YouTube and see what the hell is going on here. Imagine I have to start a new channel, guys. I saw it happen to some people, but it took like it just took a few weeks for them. Yep, still can't see it. Still can't see it. That's so weird. Still cannot see these comments. What the hell? I don't got no moderation or anything. They should just all pop up. Do you use the price dropping to 33.30? Do I see the price dropping? Yeah, I think so. 33.30 seems plausible. Especially you see how it's behaving here. It's very interesting. It looks like this thing, if it pushes below that support, that is just going to have like the major dump like this. There's the last retracement up to come down heavily. Does look good. It looks very appetizing. I'm not gonna lie. Looks very appetizing for something like that. To just shoot downwards. That would be a failed inverted head and shoulders there as well. Dun, 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 dun. And then re-breaking towards the lows. I have trade management, but where I move SL to BE at 1-to-1, but sometimes it goes back to BE, then it hits TP. Any suggestions? I know it's part of the system, but it's still annoying. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here as well. That's why I'm anticipating. It's just the way the market operates sometimes. See, like these cells, let's say price really wanted to move down and fill that range. Usually we can sometimes see it take it out, like a position like this, out of break even or even stop loss, and then have the real move. It just happens. It's hard to always avoid it, you know, unless you're giving your trades like maybe a second chance when you see like a re-entry. That's when I would say that you can only avoid it by giving a trade a second chance when you get a re-entry. I think one should be ready to hit SL or TP. I feel like this hourly, if it reflips and breaks those lows, it's gonna melt. It's gonna freaking melt. That's what I'm thinking. A situation like this on Goldie. Leave a 1 in the chat if you think it's a good position. Leave a 2 in the chat if you don't think it's a good position. Let me see what your sentiments are. So basically the idea here is prices accumulating. So look at this. We're moving sideways. Basically we're at the top of the range right now. Price is struggling to move up. We have, if you want to look at this as an inverted head and shoulders, this could be a potential inverted head and shoulders. But if we do break these lows, it would be like a failing inverted head and shoulders. Also, if you go on the 1 hour time frame, you can see how the 1 hour is behaving there. Like, it's a very delicate situation for price to move up. You got resistance areas over here. You got this kind of wick fill. Look at this hourly candle high create like this liquidity grab, pushed up but closed like a weak bullish doji. And now if we re-break the hourly lows, of course we've been here the whole time. For the first half of the hourly candle, we've like pushed down already, we've pulled back up. So why would we come back down to re-break these lows if it's not struggling to move above here? That means it's succumbing to the pressure for buys. By the way, which already that this range has been filled. You know, majority of this range, I would say like maybe 70, 75, 80% of the range on the left-hand side has been filled on the higher time frame. Plus, mind you, NFP numbers came out yesterday, and look at the way gold reacted. It dropped like, how many pips was this? This was about like a 375 pip drop. You know, that's not light work. That's not light work. That means something really was looking positive for the US economy there. So we might see this little bit of a bullish move up here as a pricing in for some potential further sells following yesterday's movement following yesterday's movement. Let's see. All right, we got some ones in here. Nice. 1 + 2 = 3. I think there is a move to the upside pending. All right, we got 2. This is going up. I think HTF is bullish. 1 with a close below, then break of the wicks. So I'm thinking like these sellers here have already been taken out. If price wanted to continue melting off, these sellers have been taken out there on the left-hand side. I need that wick filled. Let's see volume kick in. It's a little accumulation, is it? It's a bit of an accumulation in here too. A little sideways movement. I think we might test that 33.51 level before we roll down to take the lows. 33.51. It just depends on if the high gets taken out or not. See my SMAs here. We'll be trading below the 15, the 30, the hourly. Elton B, hello, hello. Thing is, I'm trying to catch a bomber clot. I don't want to necessarily scalp this because there's a pretty nice opportunity here for it to run. So I'm just monitoring the way it behaves. Oh, it would be nice to get some additional fake outs above there. This thing could bounce past this zone and then also just keep running a bit further down. Do I use orb strategy? Nope. I don't even know what that is. But I would love to see it like... I would like to see like a really big tumble, you know? Like a really strong bearish momentum here on the 1 minute to come down. So it's retesting these highs again. I want to see this thing rush like it wants to come, like it just wants to push down. I feel like Freaky Friday should be bearish because the weekly has been bullish all week. It's like, it's basically like the tail end of, if you're looking at it in terms of a fake out here on the weekly as price broke below these lows, usually like this is the tail end of the fake out when it's just about ending here at the end of the week. Orb is original real badman. Yo, Vig, what's your plan if it breaks above? No plan for it breaking above. Because it's just... the only thing about breaking above is if you believe the volume is enough and the setup is good enough to break these highs to keep moving up. Because you have resistance here. I mean, this is a trade that I'm just willing to give a chance because I want to try and catch a runner, basically.
Why are you running?
If I was just scalping it, you know, maybe I wouldn't take it. I don't see the need to take it. But if I can grab a runner from it, you know, I think that'll be worth the risk that I am willing to take here today. Because this is a scenario that I've seen that I can take advantage of. Because I see the sellers have they've had their sells. They've had their first profitable day over here. This would have been a nice little sell-off. TP's hit pretty good. But what I'm really looking at is the bigger piece of the move, which could be this region right here. Because it's taken out, the market's taken these guys out already. Like potentially taking them out. They could still be in their positions. They have their stop losses above here. They could still be in their trade. But yeah, most likely taking out these highs would be the case. Doo-doo. It's like Mario. You know when Mario jumps up and hits the rock and then the coin comes out? Ding! That's what happened here, I think. On the 30-minute, there might be a possible fake out for buys. Same on the 1 hour H time frame. Yeah, we spoke about this. If this is going to be a fake out, then this hourly should not be re-breaking the lows. I mean, I've already had a trade like this today morning where it's like it was a fake out. Like, do you see this hourly candle? Look at the way that looks. And then, oh, it's coming down. It started to come down already. Yeah, but just keep in mind the way that hourly there looks. And then this, but you see, it should normally just move up then. It shouldn't be re-breaking the lows. It's still the same sort of like structure. Long wick, small candlestick bodies, a little bit of a fake out situation. That's what you're expecting, right? From the hourly. But it shouldn't be coming back down to re-break the lows. It doesn't make sense. Like structurally speaking, it doesn't make sense. Like price typically doesn't, it shouldn't move like that. It shouldn't move like that. If this is going to be a liquidity grab to move up and it's already re-breaking highs, why is it coming down to re-break the lows? About 21 minutes for the hourly there, closing. I'm just giving it a chance. It's been a while since I traded Freaky Friday. And for Freaky Friday, I want to catch a Freaky Friday move. Because, you know, the thing is, like, on US bank holidays, people are going to also assume that the market's not going to move. But if you pay attention to these type of days, you end up seeing really big moves. And, you know, no one's going to be the market, and then it creates that FOMO. Might be a nothing burger. Moves in the range probably. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna put my stops to break even around the 33, 38. If it's just gonna move in the range. But to be honest, I haven't really seen a shock today. Well, they're there, but not as obvious. How many times has it retested this area, guys? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retests of that resistance. Vic, remember a guy in chat yesterday said sells below 47 and you asked him logic, but the gold seemed to dump after the news. Ring any bells? He said sells below 47. No, it doesn't ring any bell. Oh, right. I know this guy was... Well, the one that rings a bell was a guy who was trying to buy something. I think it was around this area. And it was like he caught a falling knife. Caught a falling knife over there. And then I know some people who took a sell here. And they got out of break-even when price had moved up again. Also, someone in my inbox told me like that's what happened to them. They took like some drawdown. They got out of break-even, but it still moved in their direction. But yeah, what about it? I mean, sells at 47 here. Push down. Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember the buys. I don't know. Like, looks like gold is trying to... If it accumulates like this and then breaks these highs, then price should move up. Theoretically speaking. It's gonna be like an accumulation breakout, I suppose. Dump incoming. It looks like we'll break Tokyo high. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? And then dump. Well, it should break it now. If it wants to break Tokyo high right here, then why is it struggling so much? You know, this is also quite interesting to me because it's in a risk management model from this area over here. Like the people who would have stop losses by Tokyo high would have them potentially managed over here by just this area. And we've seen like from the trades which get managed, we've seen like once the management comes in, what kind of like momentum usually follows. Once the management model comes in. But the only thing is this has already filled up the range, so it's a bit different. This would have been more of like a break even, if anything, because it's filled the range. But you know, the market doesn't necessarily know all this stuff to the T. So if that was still an open position, then the risk would have been reduced from here to here. Then we should actually be seeing like a very strong move. Hey, Ricardo, back. I just love trading. I knew you'd be back. I had my suspicions. This Auli has been messy. Got about 15 minutes for the Auli close. Still being held up by that SMA. I'll just see how the hourly closes then. There's a specific way I was kind of looking to catch this move, but now it's taking too long. Because the hourly could just be held by the... Could be getting held by the SMA over there. The price action on the higher time frame. 8 SMA could still be holding it up. You know, the thing is, like, it's in such a beautiful position. Like, trust me, guys, if this thing dumps, what you're gonna see it from this perspective. I'm not saying this is just for me. That's what I'm thinking. If you look from this perspective, if this thing decides to dump, guys, this would have been the point A. Whatever you're catching next is just going to be distribution. Because you're gonna see in hindsight, right? Once this thing, if it starts to move like this, in hindsight, you're going to be like, oh man, it's melting. You know, it's melting. Now you're going to have to make decisions about catching a move down there. So it would have been, you look at that in hindsight and say, oh, you know, it made me feel a bit more comfortable if I had caught it like maybe a little bit higher up after the retracement at the top of the consolidation, correct? Just think about this in hindsight. Because if it starts to move down, you have to be okay with the fact that you're missing the initial push. Because this is like at a bus stop right now. It hasn't had any distribution. Nobody's getting paid out. Price is just accumulating right now. There's no decision in the market that's yet been made. We have not yet seen anything happen. So you have to be okay. You know, that's the type of risk that you take when you take into trades. You got to think about it from that perspective as well. Would you feel comfortable taking it here, or would you rather wait for further confirmations below here, or would you rather wait for price to hit these highs? Maybe you can anticipate like a fake out and then have that happen for you and then maybe go down. There's different ways, but I think like if the market's going to pick a direction, then it should just move in that direction. That meaning if it breaks 3340. Because all I know is that it's breaking 3340. I don't know if it's going to do this and then come up and then do that. What I can see is what I can execute on. About 11 minutes, 30 seconds for the hourly close. It's ranging, but it could also be a potential right shoulder dump. So that would be left shoulder, head, right shoulder, dump. But there's an inverted one here as well. It needs to pick a direction, because even if you're looking from a head and shoulders perspective, for the dump, it needs to break these lows. And for the inverted, you have one here, here, and here. It needs to break these highs. So it's waiting to pick direction. The thing I don't like is the hourly though. That hourly SMA looks kind of annoying, because it's still pulling these candlesticks up. The previous and the current. Vic, you play roulette or only blackjack? I play roulette as well. Yeah, roulette's pretty fun. You can make some good money on roulette. Today, risking so little, made 4 trades, 0.6% up. Yeah, roulette's pretty nice. Black and red. And always some insurance on the 0. Just in case. Full port 0. You know, there's sometimes on the roulette tables, like 0 keeps hitting. You see those roulette tables where like there's a streak of zeros? Those are nice tables. Or like the ones where there's streak of reds. You know, you get streak of reds, streak of black, whatever. Got some nice probabilities. So let's manage your risk in this trade. I'm up like 900 bucks. I think I'm just going to... I'm still ending the day profitable. Whatever happens here, I'm giving myself an opportunity to make more money. Managing my risk. I just want to get stuck in for potential dump. Like I know like Freaky Friday has not yet had its freakiness yet. Smaller liquidity grab situation that possibly has happened over here as well. It's a little minor grab. Since I'm in forex, I've been to the casino 2 times. Couldn't see / predict anything and never went there again for 15 plus years now. Yeah, casino is just having fun, really. Oh, volatility. Oh, ho, ho. Some volatility is starting to kick in here. The hourly is about to close. Got like 5 minutes for the hourly closure. I'm trying to get some fun coupons for the weekend here. I'm going to use like one lot, but I got to see. I was actually expecting this move to already play out though. This is starting to take some time. Because the hourly SMA is still respecting. Hourly still respecting that 8 SMA. Would have been nice to get a 5-minute closure, start to break below now, and then have that hourly close below that 8. So if the next 5-minute, for example, just dumps. This 5-minute dumps would be perfect. Close below that 8. See, can the 5 really make it down there? 2 minute 30 seconds. Two minutes on the 5. Come on. Best case scenario, it pushes down below that 8 at least. Hourly is gonna be creating like a resistance over here. Because it's created a support. Let's look at this. So this is a higher time frame push. All these pushes here are like a higher time frame. So if you look at the hourly's created a support, closed bullish. Next candlestick came out, took out the hourly support, closed at low volume, and now we're creating a resistance. Kind of looks like a it kind of looks like the buy is losing momentum. $32 seconds. It's the last hourly open for the 4-hour too. Oof. Yeah, this next hourly candlestick is gonna have mad volume in it. That's what I'm expecting. There's a few things lining up there that are showing like a possibility for a really big move. Today's a public holiday in the US? Yep. GJ slowing down a bit as well. Do, 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 do. I'm trying to take this as an accumulation breakout with a bigger stop. This area here is basically the same thing that's happening right now. And then look at that dump that came in. Massive dump, like really fast dump. And it's pretty much doing the same thing here. Except I believe like this could be the original dump. The one that just keeps potentially running beyond that support by 33.36. That one was so amazing. Yeah, I mean, like, if this was just a normal trading day, this would have been the move. This would have just been the move here. You know, you take your little move and you're done for the day. But on Freaky Fridays, I like to just chill. And if I see something like something stand out a little bit like this, then, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. And, yeah, just reduce the risk a bit. Potentially to hold a Freaky Friday runner. That's what this is. But if we're just following the playbook, then obviously, yeah, you'd already be done for the day. It's just sometimes when you're sitting on the charts and you're not expecting to take anything, is when you start to see those other kind of moves, you know? But I do wish we closed below that 8 SMA at least. It's acting as a form of dynamic support. What constitutes as a trigger to entry? If it breaks these lows, it's going to be breaking outside of the accumulation. But you're just watching me trade. You don't have to take the trade. Don't feel like you need to. I was thinking the same on the 15-minute SMA also. Man, look at this. Like 15-minute rejections up here. You know, like something really interesting is going on here. Like some 15-minute rejections. Look at the amount of rejections up here. You got more rejections. I was thinking the same on the 15-minute SMA. Yeah. You got some resistance over here. Pretty strong resistance. Is it just a break itself, or should it close below? It's like an impulsive entry. Because you see, if you look at the 15 clean range 2 here, if you break these lows, you got clean traffic on the left-hand side. Yeah, volume is coming in. This is the last hour for the 4-hour candle. Why didn't you enter from the top to catch the sniper entry? Because at the top, there's still no confirmation. It's rejecting that area, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna sell. There's no confirmation. So I could not get a John Wick entry on the top. That's in hindsight. You're seeing it in hindsight. That now price has moved down. So you know what they say about hindsight? It's 20/20 vision. "20/20 vision." Still waiting on the break. Almost. What if we lost the 8 SMA? Do we expect it towards the 21 SMA on the 15? If we respect, I think if we can at least take the 15 SMA, that would be nice. You know, we have some. Oh, we got the 1 hour below there. Would be catching up to the hourly. All right, cool. Not expecting a big move down. No.
Spartans! What is your profession?
So you got 6 minutes for 50-minute candles to close. Dun, dun. That's a little SMA confluence on the 5-minute as well. Got a small little kiss of death on this. See how that 1-minute distribution looks? Do, 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 do. Nice close on the 5. Awesome. Re-breaking the lows. Always a good sign to see progression. I think it's tapping to hourly SMA. It's coming towards that hourly SMA. That's a 50 down there. Down for you. Remove this. About 2 minutes for 15 to close here. So far, pretty solid close below that 8 SMA. Is that just hourly SMA that... I don't like the looks of the 50 SMA on the hourly, but it looks good from the 30-minute downwards. 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute SMAs all in confluence. There's always going to be... You know the thing about trading, there's always a reason why you shouldn't take a trade. That's the thing. You can never have a trade that 100% everybody's gonna agree. It doesn't exist. A 100% buy setup or 100% sell setup doesn't exist. The market's always gonna give you a reason for both sells and buys. So you must just trust your edge. You must just trust your analysis. Manage your risk. Because as of right now, I'd rather be on the selling side, to be honest. The way I'm seeing the price progressing as of now, it looks more like the sellers are taking control here. 15 minutes closed. Now we're tapping into the hourly 50 SMA. It's the one we really need to get through. That's the one that can give a reaction. Premium secured. Nice thought. I was going to feel FOMO watching this, but I'm saying strong this week is my best ever percentage gain. So trying to not execute and secure the record. Yeah, this week I'm already up like 8% as well. It's been a pretty good week so far. So I'm kind of willing to hold like a bit of a potential bumper clot here. No bottom wick on the 15. Tiny one on my end. Even though there's no NY tonight, I'm going to predict a challenge of those 33 or 33.23 and 33.26 support levels. You got it up and down. Yeah, if you're just scalping it, man, awesome. Took a sell, took a buy. Really nice. Got 12 minutes for the 30 closure. Guess on my broker, there's no bottom wick there. I see on FXCM a really tiny one. No. 50-minute? Yeah, that's the only thing. It's a 50-minute on the hourly. That's the one. And we still got that 8. Still haven't taken over the 8 yet. On the hourly. Got about 40 minutes here till the 4-hour closure too. You don't avoid trading on bank holiday? No, not if I see like some kind of volume in the market. Then I'm still gonna be in it. Because I've seen it like bank holidays usually also sometimes have like really nice moves. Of course, less people are in the market then. Trying to catch this kind of like daily highs over here. I want to get a really big push. Previous daily dump from the NFP. Could have been a pricing in as well. We had like previous, like you could think of 3 white soldiers from the beginning of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, NFP. This could give some direction for this candlestick here on the daily as well. So the move up could have just been a pricing in with their really good NFP numbers. What's up with everyone? I'm traveling today. Just wanted to check how everyone's doing. Sandile, safe travels. Enjoy your weekend, sir. I still have SMA holding candlestick on the 5 down. Got the 50 and the 8. What's that? Testing entries to keep going down? Yes. You know, I'm not too concerned about moving it for it to move down to 33.38. I'm more concerned about the volume because I want to see a very strong push towards the downside to survive any sort of pullbacks. That's my main concern about this move. It's re-breaking that support again, that support area. It touched the one SMA 8. Oh, it just tapped right into that 50. That's why it's having a little bit of a difficult time over here. Stab it right into that 50. It's creating some sort of momentum. Or not momentum, rather. Let's say reaction. All right, 27, 25 seconds here for 5-minute closure. Taking partials, waiting for it to hit 50% range. The BE trade. All right, so 5-minute close below support there, creating your lower low. I want to see gold like skyrocket through 33.38. Hey guys, here, stop loss to break even. Y'all can secure something if you want. www. Nice. So risk-free trade for me. Risk-free position. Oh, now we just tapped to 65. This is all that I wanted. I just wanted to get a chance, you know. That's all that I wanted for me. But if you guys haven't had like profitable trades today, you know, if you can secure something, I just wanted to get a chance to be in a bumper clot today. Because right here, I'm looking at this clean ass range. Remember what I said, guys? Because you're going to look at this in hindsight, and it might be a bit nicer to get in like somewhere around these areas if this just completely melts off. Because I'm looking at this area right over here. That's what I really want. I want like a little bit more of like a strong push. I might get it, I might not get it. You know, but a win is a win. The draw, it's a pullback, so I was more concerned for my position. TFX concepts, baby. Now we crack a cold one and have a nice weekend. Yes. Now you can crack a cold one and chill. Crack a cold one and chill. 15-minute also had a nice little pull up here. Like very nice solid retracement up. Pretty long wick. Wouldn't be expecting at least this 15-minute to reflip back up bullish and then come up towards those highs. Vic, what's your plan off for trailing the trade? I'm just gonna sit back, take my hands like this, put them right here, and then see what happens. Because it's too soon to be trailing anything, really. It could still retrace on the next 5-minute candles, you know, like play around that area. It's already hit 65% of the range. Has been a great wick for you. Nice. Oh yeah, nice, great week. You mean? TP2 smash, boys. Or TP1. But after this, I'm gonna call it a week as well. After this trade, I'm gonna call it a week. Been a pretty good week for me. Up 8%. I don't think I'm gonna trade again for the day. I thought I was gonna trade again, but I don't think I'm gonna trade again. I'm just gonna call it a week here. 8% is not bad. And I got a risk-free position on right now. So we'll see how that plays out. If it breaks below the next support, you are laughing all the way to the bank. Oh, yes. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like we just need that volume. We cannot like afford no retracements. We need something a little bit more of like, or rather I can't, something more like this. Like just like clean sweep. Because the way I'm looking at it, it's like, I don't want it to come back up there. You know what I mean? Because we've already taken out the sellers from previously. That's why I was giving this trade here a chance, because I can see the sellers most likely have been taken out. So I'm actually expecting like a clean sweep. Dun, 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 dun. Holy! Holy! What a dump. Alright guys, I'm securing like a partial right over here. So I took a partial right here at TP. Stops fully to break even now. Letting the rest run. Nice. Let's freaking go. Dump it. Dump it, sir. Holy. This is what we're waiting for. This is what we were waiting for. There we go. That's what I was talking about here, chat. How would you feel if price started distributing like this? Because you missed the first bust up. Holy. What a dump. Holy. Holy. Yeah, I secured some profits here, guys. Screw it. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Those are fun coupons. Those are fun coupons. Awesome. Very nice. Crazy. Crazy. So many comments I was looking at in the chat before I took this trade. Everyone was saying, oh, it's a buy. It's a buy. Some people were saying, oh, this is a buy. Fake out. Fake out. Almost got to me. You almost got to me. But I just had to remember that I am trading my strategy, not yours. Yeah, I secured my profit right here, guys. Literally, that's where I got out. No. This is main screen. Awesome. I was wondering, sorry guys, just give me a sec. Okay, I know that's working. Okay, cool. Got it. Holy. I hope this is a sniper exit. Now I want to see it rip back up. Hopefully it doesn't correct the rest of the move, so I have zero FOMO. But I do like the way that price action here was progressing quite beautifully. Little accumulation, rejection of the highs. Nice clean ranges over there. It was just an hourly. The reason we even saw this sort of drawdown here on the 5 minutes because we were approaching that hourly 50 SMA. But you see, that's why I said, like, don't worry about the SMAs too much. Price action is king at the end of the day. Price is going to move based off of what it has been previously doing. Friday, never seen this. I mean, that's the thing, you know, a lot of people are not going to be trading today because of the US bank holiday. But that's what I mean. Like, I've been seeing bank holidays this year have just been moving, at least for the London session. You know, probably for the US, I don't know. But I'm on the charts. I've had 2 days. I've had 2 trades today. And pretty nice trades. Sui. Yesterday, we were on our way. When November came. Sí! Can it come down to fill the full range? That is the question. Yeah, it's still dumping here. It's still pushing just a little bit more. This range is worth like about, you got about 67 more pips below that region. GJ is also following through again. So since the break here, it kind of stagnated for a bit, but it's also following through. It's correcting this move on the left-hand side there. Yeah, this is exactly what I was anticipating from Goldie. Just a clean sort of sweep. Check that. Check chat in Discord. This seems like the perfect time for a meme I made. Yeah, just hold on. We're going home. What is your reason for the sell? I spoke about it. You can rewatch the stream, but there was a lot of rejections happening over here. And, you know, price was struggling and we were following price action, basically tracking what the previous sellers were doing, what potentially happens when people get out of break even. Remember, UNC just asked me when we started the stream, like he gets getting stopped out at break even and then the bigger moves happening. And that's basically what we did here today. So I think UNC, this was a perfect way to explain that question that you had. And you got like a live example of that as well. Why your moves keep getting stopped out before the bigger moves happen. Because, you know, sometimes the markets are going to take you out first. And then they're going to have the bigger move. So you can, the way to combat that, as you said, or you asked, was to give your trade a second chance if you get like an entry confirmation again. That's the only way. Otherwise, you know, it's pretty good that you get out of break even or something. Because you know, it could just reverse and keep going against you. So it's better to like wait, get out break even, and see if you can get one of these sort of like re-entry models. So what happened to that FVG OBS orb situation here, guys? What happened? Where is it? You know, that's why when we trade, we must pay very close attention. Oh yeah, oh, Ricardo got it. Ricardo got it. But y'all are not as fast as Ricardo. Ricardo's really quick. Guess I literally sniper entries and exits. But you see, the thing is like, you gotta pay attention to the way you talk, you know. You can't talk about things with 100% certainty. Just know that there's always a buy and a sell. And it's just about a probability of your trade working against the other trade. That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's about who's managing the risk. Who's not over trading, who's not over risking. But I've noticed like sometimes we get into these positions and people seem so sure that like price is going to reverse. They seem so sure that price is going to take out the Asia highs. Why does the market have to do what you say? It doesn't have to take out the Asia highs. That's why I'm saying I trade what I see. If the market breaks below support and it's not breaking the Asia highs after attempting to break it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6, then what makes me think that it wants to come up to Asia highs if it's struggling here? It rather makes more sense to me that that it re-breaks these lows and then it's probably just going to succumb to this like pressure, this selling, buying pressure of it, selling pressure above here. And hey, if it doesn't, you know, it doesn't, whatever, we got to move on to the next trade. But I'm reading price. I'm not speculating. That's the cat pow pattern. If I'm getting a huge losing streak, will I have to reduce my lot as I restructure the strategy? No. Keep your lot size the same. Because, you know, sometimes you get into like these losing streaks, but they should just be clusters of you're going to have clusters of winning and losing trades. So if it's just like a normal losing streak, just keep the lot size the same. The worst thing you want to do is be on a losing streak, go through that situation, and then reduce your your lot size when you start winning, because it just means maybe it was a time for your strategy to have that losing streak. Correct? It was just a time for your strategy to have that losing streak, so don't change it. The Discord link doesn't work? It should work. It should still work. It says invite invalid. I think maybe it's because you tried it a few times. Maybe you tried on a different account, or reset your cache on the browser. But usually, like, from time to time, people usually say the same thing, but it is working 100%. No, it's pretty good. I secured right here, because it is starting to struggle a little bit. It just pushed like an extra maybe 10 pips. Because see, that's where I always said, chat, like, that's just going to be distribution. So there's no setup here. This is now people chasing. This is how people now chase the market. Usually going to be trying to fade the market by taking buys or trying to take some sells. My bad, I got it. Oh, nice. Let's say oversold, but it was 1 hour, SMA 8 RSI. But like I say, it's a retracement possibility, and I know that's why it's hard to hold it, because I only hold price action. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know how you keep getting away with these little scalps. Well, I know, but I guess I would just have to really look into it, you know? Wait, how long have you been doing this for though, Ricardo? Because you know, it's also about the data. You need the data for a longer duration. Good thing there's a fake out and I grab immediately. But the fundamentals are excellent for a big down move. Great NFP jobs numbers and a big bill passed. Trade negotiations with Euro this weekend. Gold is a safe haven, but there is now more certainty. I'm also thinking, you know, even if the fundamentals, whatever the fundamentals say, technically speaking, there's a few reasons why I was anticipating this to be a bomber cloud. Is because we also spoke about, remember that weekly fake out that we had down below here, that 3,300 level, and price pushed up. And this is like already the tail end of that fake out. Usually on the tail end of fake outs, you're going to start getting the bigger moves. Or the moves, like it happens from time to time. Like you can imagine this as like the weekly candlestick breaking above, and then here's on Freaky Friday, it's starting to come towards the end, you know, and then it just happens that maybe you just got to be liquidity, you got into the fake out. You see how that reversal was as well, pretty fast reversal, and then towards the end, now you can start to see, because like right now people are probably thinking it's still going to be the same bullish momentum that we've been getting for the most part of the week. So they come on Friday, you know, oh, now they're looking for the buys. And then now it's the sells, and they're like, damn, you know, why do I keep falling in the wrong spot? About 6 months, and I at the start lost money on it. Oh, nice. Yeah, 6 months is pretty good. Pretty good. No. So that was the move. That was the move. Now you'd have to wait for the next move. You know, the market will need to reset up again over here. So it's still currently in a distribution. It's still basically moving down. But it's like setting more structure. Think about this. If you did a challenge, this would have been like, you could have easily passed a challenge with that as well. Got like about a 76 banger here. 76 pips. Still got some room here to move. Not a bad way to end off the week. Makes me feel like if I held a little... Okay. Wait, how do you feel about sniper exits, then straight to SL? Makes me feel like if I held a little longer, I might have been stopped out. Oh, sniper exit? I think it's good to always secure something, you know? Like of course, you're never gonna get the perfect entry. The perfect entry doesn't really exist. Like somebody said, why didn't I get up here? These are the sniper entries. It doesn't really exist, but just as long as you're taking something off the table, the important thing is you're controlling your greed. More than just getting a sniper exit straight to SL, what it is that you're doing is you're controlling and you're mastering greed. You know, because most of the time we've seen these 65% marks, you know, they hit and then reversal. So there's a probability, you know, always think of probabilities, because I've had this happen quite a few times. There's a higher probability if we hit 65% of the range that we're going to get a retracement. Or even if we get from a point A to point B down towards support, the probability, it increases. As you're in profit, the probability is increasing for that retracement that could go all the way to SL. So you're just finding like a good balance. You know, you don't have to be perfect, but sometimes you get really close. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here. You know, so just think about it this way. But it's what your greed is, that's what you're controlling. You know, given the right amount of time, you're going to get different situations. You close too early, you close perfectly, or right at the end. Right in the middle or right at the end. But I think you kind of want to be more in the middle, right? Ideally, you'd want to be more in the middle. But that can't always be the case. And it also depends on your strategy. Like if you got a 1 minute entry, most of the time you'll be more in the lower end of things with a 1 minute entry. Because 1 minute entries, you got much tighter stop losses, giving more room for price to move up. But if you have like bigger stops like this like a medium-sized entry, you're going to be most of the time more like in the middle. Right? A little bit more from... It also depends on your strategy, of course. So with this swing entry models, I think it's a little bit more than just in the middle. Because we do have a pretty nice hit rate on that 65 and that a point A to point B support. How do you take partials? Oh, on MetaTrader. On your phone, if you swipe left, you can... If you have a 1 lot, just put in 0.50 and then hit close. Then it'll close 50%. But I haven't taken partials on MetaTrader. I can't remember the last time I took partials on MetaTrader on the PC. I completely forgot now that I'm on CTrader. But I think it's the same. You just double click the position, the execution box will open or whatever, and then you can close the lot size. Yeah, right click modify. You double click the order, type market execution, pick lot size, close. Yes. Ricardo's got it here. Double click the order. You see volume. You're gonna choose the volume. And then close. I also learned yesterday how to close partials. I was shocked. Or most people just do like they does double execute and then close one position. So if you got like a one lot, put 0.50 times 2. Yeah, I'm so happy with my exit, to be honest. I'm really happy I was not greedy on this. It was so easy to be greedy on this. So easy. Well, we'll see now what the US session does. So far, we're getting volume. Everybody's like sitting at home, sleeping. Oh, there's not going to be volume today. Right now, it's moving. Best day of the week, honestly. Like, so far, I've not seen like any... I don't think I've seen any fake outs. The only fake out I saw is this one here. I think somebody got trapped in that one as well. Someone tried to take a sell there. Oh, but you know your stop loss was wrong. Holy... Man, your stop loss was wrong. You would have survived this and still come out profitable. You put it too tight, my friend. That's what I was still looking at. This was a key area up over here. That was the Asia highs. And you had plenty of room. You got so much room over there. You don't have to squeeze yourself too much. You could just risk the additional few extra pips. See, that was the area and you could have reduced risk. Actually, your stop loss... What you put here, you would have had your initial one here and still have reduced it to there. Because that was also part of the reason why I took this sell, is because I was eyeing out from these cells over here, but also these cells would still have that same stop loss. And it's okay. This is actually a mistake that I made as well. I think it was last week, Monday. Sometimes when you're streaming, it's a bit harder to lock in, but that was also a small little error that I made as well. So it does happen, but next time just keep in mind that you have a lot more space, a lot more room to work with here. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a very tricky position that you found yourself in anyway, because price didn't really push too much. You'd have been better off getting out of this trade at break even. I think for you that would have been the best option that you had, was just to get out of break even, because you got stuck in a bit too you're like a bit too stretched because of that drawdown. Well done, Vic. See you on Monday. All right, catch you later, Luke. I'm gonna have a simulation this Sunday, so I'll see you guys then. But yeah, I'm gonna head out here, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in as always. I'll try to fix off the comments thing on my YouTube channel. Let me talk to YouTube right now. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you next week, Monday, for the London Open. That's gonna be 3 a.m. Eastern. Adios.